this is Josh Hunter. I finished the fucking bottle of vodka. It took me, fuck it, I'm gonna fucking show you the bottle. Alright, it took me less than 40 hours to fucking finish this fucking bottle. Let me fucking show you this shit. It was unopened. There was not even a fucking, like, I went in, I'm like, someone's fucking playing a prank on me, fucking showing me this bottle. Look at this fucking shit. Look at this fucking look at this goddamn shit. Look at this. Finish the whole goddamn thing. Alright. So, I was listening to this fucking, there's this band, I think they're called like the Smiths or something. And they got a song, I think it's called How Soon Is It Now? Like, whenever I hear this song, like the first fucking, when I hear like the first like 10 seconds of the song, it like makes me like think, oh, this is what heroin feels like. When I listen to this song, like the first 10 seconds of the song, How Soon Is Now? Like, when I think of that, I'm like, oh, that's what heroin feels like. That's my, I've never done heroin, so I'm assuming that's like when you're doing heroin, that's like, I'm like, oh, that's what heroin is. Like, I don't need to do heroin. I know I fucking heard this song. I don't need to fucking do that shit. Anyway, there's a lyric in this song is like, I am human and I need to be loved. And like, I actually like this song. I don't know if I like the band, the Smiths, but I like this song. Like, it's nice. Like, it's like real nice. And like, I've been thinking about like what people think, like when they use the term alien, but they don't actually know. Like, they don't understand. Like they say a lot of people have an idea of like, oh, this is an alien, this is an extraterrestrial. Like, they're looking at people, they're like, oh, like this is what an alien looks like a foreign person. And I'm like, cause I get called weird a lot. Okay, like, even though like I've been homeless for 10 years, let's just say I've been homeless my whole life. Okay, that's just like a good idea. It's a good thing to say. Because I've been homeless for 8 years, that means I've pretty much been homeless my whole life. It means that nothing was real, generally speaking. No one misses me at Christmas time, and it's mostly just been business. So, I was listening to this lyric, you know, I'm human and I need to be loved. And I'm thinking, well, what is it that makes someone think that someone's an alien? Like, when they use that term alien, like that concept of a person being foreign, and I'm thinking like, they're thinking, oh, this is a person who doesn't need to be loved. That's what they're recognizing. Like, when they see like a person like who's like, and they're like, oh, this is an alien. They're saying this is a person who doesn't need to be loved. Like when I heard this lyric, that's what I understood. Like, that's what I'm seeing. And when someone says that, when someone uses that term alien, you know, foreign, you know, not from here, not us, they're basically saying this is a person who doesn't need to be loved. And I've been homeless for 8 years. And every day, thousands of people walk by me and are like, here's a person who doesn't need to be loved. Doesn't mean that it's wrong. It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean like, oh, that I do need to be loved. I'm pretty sure I don't. I mean, I got the moon, I got the sun, I got all the stars in the night sky. It's a cold love, but I mean, it's love. You know, I'm not gonna, I mean, it's still love. Like, I'm not like, I'm glad to have any love whatsoever. But like, when they, like, to try to understand what it means, when someone said, like, there are people who believe that aliens exist, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they believe in extraterrestrials. They're just saying they believe that there are people who don't need to be loved. That what a human being means is a human being is a demand for love. That's the symbol of a human. Like when you look at a human, like that's what it means. Like a human is like, oh, somebody here needs to be loved. There's a demand for love in this area. Even if you understand the basic tenets of reality, okay, it's like a human being needs to be loved. Why do people die? Why do human beings die? It's because they forget that there is some very great demand for love. They only die because they're not fucking providing enough love. That's the only reason why people die. Because they think that they're living in a place where there's an obvious demand for love and they're not fucking providing that love. You want to fucking live forever? Provide the amount of love that is needed. When you see that there's a demand for love, fucking fill the cup. Fucking fill it up. Because I'm telling you, like, I didn't realize this until like maybe like 3 hours ago. Like you have to understand. All right, maybe you don't have to understand, but like when you're using this term alien, you need to understand what that means. Like, it's not necessarily racism or even prejudice, but it is like saying like, oh, this is a foreign person. When you think about your family, when you hear that term family, the connotation is, oh, there's a demand for love here. In its basic aspects, you're saying that when someone is family, there's a demand for love. You have to love your family. You have to love your friends. And when you say that someone's an alien, you're basically saying there's no demand for love. Like, why do they, in the movies, in TV, they always predict, like, they always, they always show, like, the extraterrestrials as being, like, people who, like, they always show the extraterrestrials as being, like, people who are so distant. And when you say distant, you're like, oh, this is a person who doesn't need love. And in some ways, you might be saying, oh, this is a person who doesn't deserve love. When you look at an alien, I'm referring to like general depictions of extraterrestrials in common photography and media, like thinking like Earth girls are easy. Okay, like they come here, they don't know anything. You're like, oh, what are these guys? They I don't know. And so that movie is supposed to show you, like, yes, at the end of the movie, all right, spoilers or whatever. At the end of the movie, fucking Gina Davis fucking runs off with like these aliens, but that doesn't mean like she's a traitor. Okay, it means like she understands the demand for love. Some people will read that movie as being, oh, Gina Davis's character is a fucking Gina Davis's character is a fucking traitor because she fucking runs off with aliens. No. Okay, on Earth, people typically are not like accustomed to love. Like, people are constantly dying. Like, people die because they don't understand the demand for love. The demand for love. Like, when you're fucking someone, you don't realize you're fulfilling the demand. And you see someone who doesn't want to fuck, and you're thinking, oh, here, there's not a demand for love. Like, you're barely understanding what you think is going on. Okay? You say, oh, this is an alien because my perception of what love is says that they don't understand the demand for love. And when Gina Davis, like, when her character fucking runs off at the end of that movie with the aliens, is that what happened? I don't remember. I remember her husband was like a shitty guy. I just watched that movie too, like fucking 3 weeks ago. Anyway. The demand, when you see like an extraterrestrial, or when you see like someone who you're like, oh, this is a robotic person, you're saying, because a robot doesn't need love. Okay, when people are making fun of robots, when they want to make fun of a robot, what they say is like, oh, what is love? Like a robot doesn't understand like love, and so that's something that they say, like when they're imitating what they think a robot feels like. It's like, oh, that like a robot doesn't understand love. And you gotta understand, the robot is a demand. The robot understands the demand for love. And when you're seeing someone, you're like, oh, what a robot. Or what an alien. Like you need to understand that you don't understand what love is. When you look at someone and you point at them and you say, "Oh, that's a robot. That's an alien." You're saying you don't know what love is. Anyone, like you guys, you make so many fucking songs about love. You make so many fucking, albums and all types. You gotta realize love is stupid. Love is not smart. And we're living in a world where people really like the idea of being smart. We have this technology, we got numbers, we got all these things that like make people feel smart. People feel smarter than they've ever felt in a long time or ever. But they don't understand love. Because, what is it in fucking Forrest Gump? Like, I may not be a smart man, but I do know what love is. Okay, and let me tell you something, love ain't smart. Love makes a lot of dumb decisions. Why? Because love can afford to. If you're smart, you're poor, and you can't afford to make a mistake. But if you're love, you can afford to make a lot of mistakes. You can afford to love the wrong person tons of times. If you are love, like you wonder, like why do fucking, like, all right, technically, I have no. This is not my area. Like I can't comment on like this point of view, but domestic abuse. Sometimes people wonder, why does this fucking lady stay with this guy? He beats the shit out of her. He's a terrible fucking boyfriend. And the people who are saying that, they don't understand love. I know, it sounds crazy. It really does sound crazy. It's like, why would a woman just like, oh, he beats the shit out of me. He fucking treats me terribly. Like, you don't understand. Love is stupid. Love is stupid. Like, they even have a song, Why Do Fools Fall in Love? Okay, love is not smart. If you're with a guy and he beats the shit out of you, why do the ladies like the bad guys? Because that's what love is. Like, I've been homeless for 8 years. Okay, you think I know anything about love? Anyway, so, the main point that I wanted... The main point that I wanted to bring up is that your belief that generally people have this idea when you think about an alien, when they depict it like an alien or an extraterrestrial being, this person is always like unrelatable. And generally the feeling is, and the description of the feeling is, oh, this person does not demand love. When you think about loving an alien person, you're like, oh, I don't have to love an alien, is what you're saying. Like, that's what makes them an alien. Like, I don't have to love them. And when you look at the fucking movie The Shape of Water, right? Like, I fucking watched this movie. Even I was like, why's she fucking this guy? Okay, you gotta realize, like, because I watched, like, fucking this Bill Maher episode of Real Time. And was that it? I don't know. There was something where they said like, oh, like, and he's like, because in the movie The Shape of Water, he's like a fish guy, and it's like, I didn't expect her to fuck the fish, You're being tested right now, by the way. In case you were wondering, if you're watching this right now, you're being tested. I'm not being tested because I fucking did my homework, but you're being tested right now. I hope you would have known this by this point. If you're watching this video, that like you're being tested. Alright, anyway. So basically, like the feeling, like what makes someone an alien generally in the eyes of a human being, what makes someone an alien, or their perception of an alien, is the idea of that they don't have to love someone. Generally, when you say that someone is one of us, is one of our kind, is like there's a demand for love. There is a demand. These people deserve to be loved. And when you look at anything that is not you, you're saying this thing doesn't deserve love. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, this is what Jainism is. Jainism is a type of religion. I haven't studied it even a little bit, but it's the belief that everything demands to be loved. Okay. 34 years old, and I've got the best grades